Hello everyone and welcome to This Week is Stupid for the 12th of December 2021. My god, how fast time flies, doesn't it? It feels like only recently did I start doing this segment. But no, here we are, 2021, almost the end of it. And a lot of you guys have given me feedback over the direction that this show should take. Many people have asked me to cover things outside of the United States and the United Kingdom to try to focus on different countries. The problem with that, I don't have a lot of experience with different nations. So I do want to cover a couple of things from the Middle East, for example. But I don't know anything about Middle East. So in order to get some wisdom, in order to get some knowledge on how to cover the Middle East, and since I don't know a lot about Middle East, I realized that you should learn about it from the experts, from the scholars, from the imams. As such, I decided to watch a popular show where Muslims ask an imam from wisdom and spiritual guidance.
مرحبا وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يا شيخ اليوم بالغلط وقعت أمي شاورما مع زيادة طحينية.
نعم.
وكمان قطعة تفاح وتقريبا 3 لتر مي. فمش عارف هل أكمل صيامي ولا أطعمني الله وسقاني.
I gotta say, I love the fact that the average viewer has the hard questions that leave even the scholars baffled. I mean, just look at this gentleman's facial expression, it says it all. I love the fact that when the guy said, hey, I just slipped and the shawarma fell into my mouth. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, that definitely plausible. But I guess at the 3 liters of water and the apple, that's where the scholar lost it. That's where he couldn't follow the story anymore. In other news, in Saudi Arabia, we witnessed yet again the annual special, the King Abdulaziz Camel Festival, which kicked off earlier this year. Now, this is a very interesting event because the prize for the most beautiful camel is that of 50 million pounds. And the camels are judged based on their heads, their necks, their humps, and their postures. Now, despite the fact that corporations and the experts have said that tampering with camels is rare and it doesn't happen, the bigoted Saudi authorities have clamped down on artificially enhanced camels using specialized and advanced technology. And as such, they have detected tampering. Some of the people have indeed injected hormones into the camels, while other vile people have used Botox injection and other cosmetic alterations. Of course, these individuals were disqualified and they will not be allowed to compete again in the future. And finally, while we're on the subject of Saudi Arabia, I would like to point out that this year something has happened. Something which I will call the Saudi Arabian miracle. The nation of Saudi Arabia has managed to get Bernie Sanders and Ron Paul agreeing with each other for probably what is the first and last time.
And we are complicit. We are arming the Saudis and allowing this to happen. Offensive, defensive, they shouldn't get any of our weapons. We should stop selling them any weapons until they stop starving the country of Yemen.
President, I find myself in the somewhat uncomfortable and unusual position of agreeing with Senator Paul.
There you go. You see, that's why I don't cover news from anywhere else around the world, because we're going back to America. Although I do applaud Saudi Arabia for helping in a way to heal the divide of the American nation. And while we're on the subject of America's foreign politics, President Putin had an online meeting with President Biden. And this took me aback a little bit because I thought presidents don't roll that way. Like, for example, when Biden wanted to attend COP20, which was the subject of fixing the climate crisis. I mean, it's a crisis. The planet is dying. He took a private jet and an entire motorcade in order to attend. But now, it seems that they can do it online. Like, what is this bad? What is this sorcery? Look, a president should not attend a meeting online. He is too important to allow a meeting to happen online. Get his ass in a private jet and send him over there with that motorcade. Make sure that there's a lot of carbon polluting, like so that the people who monitor the health of the planet can see that something important is going on. What's happening? Oh, President Biden is on the move. Oh, Dios mío. Let's hope everything is okay. Or, you can have Putin go to the United States, but like someone needs to take a jet. Someone needs to take a private jet. If you don't take a private jet, I do not take this meeting as being serious. Only peasants and poor people use online meetings. And when you force someone as important as the president to do an online meeting, you are going to embarrass him. Because he never did this before, he doesn't know how to do it, and in this particular situation, he forgot to turn his microphone on. So because the people in charge refused to put him on a jet, he had to do an online meeting, and now he embarrassed the United States.
Приветствую вас, господин президент.
There you go.
Now I have just one question. Just one. Can you guys tell me in the chat what kind of table is Putin having? Because my God, like that is the most beautiful table that I have ever seen in my life. I want to marry that table, unironically. It looks as expensive as my entire house, but look at it. Like, tell me you don't want that table. I don't know what I would put it in my house, but I guess I would have to make room. I would probably throw the bed out of the bedroom just to have that table there. That table is screaming perfection at me. It is the most, like, you can put any type of person at that table and instantly they look important. You can take like a homeless person and you put them on that table and they look like the most important person in the room. I want that table. I don't know how much it costs. I will make a loan to the bank. I need that table. I need it. Need it. But with that said, analyzing how the talk went, I guess Joe Biden was incredibly clear, because usually what happens when the US president and the Russian president have a conversation, they will both take questions from the press. I mean, this has happened historically since the beginning of the Cold War. Every single time, no exception. But now, Joe Biden didn't take any questions. So I guess he was so clear, he was so crystal clear in what he said, that the press just didn't have any questions. Like, I wonder if there was a moment where he asked the press, like, do you guys have any questions? And the press were like, no, we're good. We understood everything. There's nothing else you can add. That's what it means to be a great leader. That is what it means to be a pillar of the American culture. To just be able to have a talk with Putin and the press not to have a single question. So maybe you guys from the US can give me President Biden just for a second, because I want to ask him a question. I want him to clarify something for me. Why is this happening? Why is this a thing? Look, Our Kittens is a private community. Our Kittens. We're following the footsteps of Our Kitten Gifts and going private until Our Pussy Pass Denied is no longer a subreddit. The moderator of Our Kittens have set this community to private. Only approved members can view this and partake in the discussion. I just want to watch kittens, damn it. What the Oh, look, the New York Times. These cute cats online. They help spread the misinformation. It's like a Trojan horse. A mainstay of the internet is regularly used to build audiences for people and organizations pushing false and misleading information. You know, this is like a story that you need to say at a campfire in the dark with a flashlight. And then he clicked on the cat photo, and what he found was misinformation. And everyone at the camp gasps. You know, this is a great article to read around the campfire when people are sharing scary stories and they're having flashlights. And you're saying, like, so Billy woke up one day and he went to check his Twitter. And over there he saw a picture of a cute cat. But little did Billy know that when he clicked that cat photo, He was sucked into a rabbit hole, a dark rabbit hole of misinformation and conspiracy theories. And Billy was never the same. And later on, the police arrested Billy because the government couldn't have someone like Billy spread the misinformation around his community. To-dum. Everyone like has their chest pounding. Everyone is afraid. Oh no, Billy, what have you done? If only someone could have banned those cat photos. Man, that is such a scary story. You know, I'm already traumatized. I need something to relax. How do people relax? Oh, I know. They listen to music. Hey, Google, sing me a song.
Let's celebrate that we have the vaccine to help us bring a change to this old routine. It can help us build our immunities while taking care of our communities. Vaccines are safe and an important step towards opening up and shaking hands again and going somewhere we couldn't visit for months, protecting ourselves and the world at once. Scientists worked night and day. In record time they found a way, like superheroes in masks and gloves, helping us get back to what we love.
Yeah, I feel much more relaxed after that. There's a big smile on my face right now. And it's going to get me ready for the next news. Because the next news is very upsetting. We are witnessing the great Christian schism coming up yet again. Apparently, an Orthodox priest has called the Pope a heretic. Breaking news! Breaking news!
Papa! You can't let this go! Papa! You can't let this go! Papa! Papa!
Papa! Ich hereticum! Ich hereticum! My God, I guess he was casting such holy incantations. That priest, that Orthodox priest, was probably cleric level 25 because it took 4 police officers to surround him. Like 4 police officers in order to contain the holy power within that cleric. By the way, I find it interesting that the Pope is always lecturing democratic nations. It's like, you're not doing democracy properly. Human rights, but when the Orthodox level 25 cleric goes there and sings the song of his people, Papa ich hereticum! Apparently, the Pope summons minions. 4 of them, in fact, in order to usher the cleric away, to contain the divine. Isn't speaking a human right anymore? Isn't flapping your mouth a human right? I thought that's a human right, isn't it? Oh, you know what is a human right? Probably just speaking when you're crossing the border illegally, according to the Pope. That is a human right. But criticizing the Pope in his presence? Nay. That's the song of la police. Whoop, whoop. Song de la vis. My God. Again, like, I still can't believe it. 4 police officers in order to detain 1 old man. It's a little bit of a waste of resources, don't you think? Now, speaking of human rights, it seems that in Britain, Christmas is coming. And unlike the previous Christmas, it won't be just the people in power that can celebrate this one. Because the UK Prime Minister has allowed the citizens to celebrate Christmas. Hey! You've been good! You've been good, boys! You've done what was needed, so now you're being allowed to celebrate Christmas. And doing what was needed is to catch the people in power celebrating it the previous year. So now it's a little bit difficult for them to ban it. But you need to understand that their infinite wisdom, the lawmaker, is trying to balance keeping people safe and allowing people to also live, not just survive. So to keep people safe, everyone needs to mask up, right? But in order for people to enjoy Christmas, they have to sing. So according to the new law, people can take their masks off in order to sing in any setting. So now people have figured out that there is an interesting loophole that the lawmaker didn't consider, which is the fact that they can go shopping and they can sing. And if they do that, like if they're singing while they're shopping, then they're not violating any laws. So articles are being written about this, and and they are making fun of the British lawmakers. But they shouldn't. Because you see, the British lawmaker is a person that is so intelligent. His intelligence vastly outmatches that of the common citizen. This is why they're better than you. And it's not that they didn't understand that there is a loophole. It's that they looked at New Zealand and they want to prevent what happened in New Zealand to happen in the United Kingdom. Because you see, in New Zealand, you had a group of people which crossed state lines, which crossed shopping mall lines and were in the shopping mall illegally. They were illegally in the shopping mall. And do you know what they did? They started singing. And with this law, the British government would make sure that people cannot protest in such a manner because you would look ridiculous if you tried to do so because it's legal. Like, you can do it. They allow you to do it. So, like, what are you protesting? But let's look at the singing people from New Zealand. Now, while we're on the subject of people finding interesting ways to bend the laws in their favor, to find those legal loopholes, we turn our eyes to California. You see, in California, there is a law which says that if a person decides to enter a business with the intent to steal less than $950 worth of goods, then that is shoplifting and is treated as a misdemeanor. It's like driving without a seatbelt. It's like littering. It's like, stop it. A misdemeanor. And unless you have some major prior convictions, it is punishable by a half year in county jail, as well as a $1,000 fine. So if you steal $949 worth of goods, you get the $1,000 fine and some time to think about what you did in the slammer. Of course, from what I understand, the police isn't allowed to chase you. If the store has security, they're not allowed to stop you. I mean, it's a little bit more complicated, but usually it's more of a legal hassle if you try to intervene rather than not. And as such, this gentleman, this owner, decided to price all of his items at 951 smackaroos. So what you do is you buy the item, and then they have a special offer. If you have a coupon, it drops the price all the way down to what the item regularly costs. So they have that special offer all day, every day. So you go out there, you purchase your items, and then you take the coupon from the front, and you use the coupon in order to get a discount. And apparently, like, that store has massive discounts like you've never seen before. But so far, it seems to be working. He has not been targeted by the more savvy entrepreneurs, members of California. Anyway, I went on Twitter to see what's up, and apparently all the blue check marks are acting as usual, which is kind of like this. And I'm like, okay, what got all the liberals to sing me the song of their people? What got them so riled up? And it turns out it has to do with this video.
I am very open.
So maybe that's what you want for Christmas.
That's what I want for Christmas.
A nice dame. What are you looking for in a woman?
Yes.
Tracts of land?
Tracts of land.
Yeah. No, what are you looking for in a woman?
Some person that just wants to, like, date me for who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm looking for in a woman is I like a girl with a little bit of butt.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Slim waist, big tits, big boobs.
No, dude, you're a guy. Let people get mad at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to cut this Week in Stupid a little bit short this week. And that is because one of my kittens, which is 4 days old, has suffered fading kitten syndrome. And there was nothing I could do about it. The veterinarian couldn't do anything about it. I called the vet and they said, well, the only thing you can do is to pray. And that didn't work. So I don't have the necessary mood in order to be happy. I hope you guys understand. I'm doing this on a Saturday night, so when you're going to see this, it's going to be Sunday. And I know this is a little bit awkward, but nothing I can do about it. You guys are going to see this video tomorrow, and I will be doing a live stream with all the news that I haven't covered, which is quite a bit, actually. And if you are kind enough to click on the link into the pinned comment section, it will take you to my live stream, and we can chat there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.